The second thing is that this afternoon there is an excursion, so that when you leave Zanzibar, you can say that you didn't just see the Madinat hotels, but you saw a little bit more. So the excursion will take place. It will be a visit to Princess Island and a tour of historical Zanzibar. The tours will be leaving at 2:30. 2:30. So if you are interested in taking part in the excursion, you have to be in the lobby at 2:30. The tour bus will be returning at 6 p.m. So if your flight if your flight is before 9 p.m., I don't take the excursion. Yes? Otherwise, people will be getting phone calls that you cannot do anything about. So, the excursion will be taking place 2:30 to 6 p.m. Meet in the lobby at 2:30. You're invited to dress casually, comfortable shoes, things which can get wet if you are going to Princess Island, right? So you can dip a toe in the Indian Ocean. We do want to remember, of course, that we're on the island of Zanzibar, so let us respect the culture here on board. I have somebody who has not lost their bag. Unfortunately, because all the conference bags look the same. Somebody picked their bag and they picked somebody else's. However, they have a charger and their student card inside the notebook in that bag. So they really do need that backpack. So please just check if you have a charger and a student card in the notebook, and then you can hand it in to the ladies at the back at the central area. I'm now going to hand over to our host, Evan Mukini, who is the CEO of the East African Philanthropy Network. But I do want to say it has been my pleasure to serve as your MC. I was I'm going home very, very happy. I was a card-carrying member of the philanthropy sector and the growth of the philanthropy sector for a long time when I was still employed. And for me, it is such great joy to continue to be an outside case member of this. I've left, but I've not quite left, and it's amazing to witness the growth. Becky was telling me yesterday, him and I were there in this space with a few others who I was smiling with. And so for us, it is encouraging to see new faces, new energy, and continued passion to drive forward this sector. My name is Moyhaki Muragodi, and I now hand over to our friend Evan.
Good afternoon. I have one thing that has really touched my heart. The fact that we sat somewhere, we were wondering whether people will really be back. And I'm so shocked to see the room full again. I'm actually very shocked. And it's a show of your dedication in ensuring that we end in the way we are supposed to end. Because it will not be right to be here for all these days and then we leave without really knowing what next for us as faith. So thank you so much for this honor that you've demonstrated. I have less than 5 minutes because time is so much spent, so that I don't stand between you and the good meal that is ahead of us. I want to start by really appreciating a few individuals and few organizations. Then I will take 32 minutes to really give us the key takeaways that we are driving forward after this conference. So first and foremost, I really want to say a big thank you to my board. The board is here, and I can see some faces at left, of course, with apology and show of solidarity. So my board, if you don't mind, those who are in the room, just wave. so much for making this happen. Thank you so much for your support in this journey that we are walking together. I want to also appreciate the members of the East Africa Philanthropy Network. I am extremely elated. We are because you are. Thank you so much, and let's continue to grow together. In a very special way, my deeply, deeply honest gratitude to my team at Secretariat, led by Matilda, my programs manager. I made a promise. I told my team when we were living in Nairobi that I will come to the conference and hide somewhere so that you people can enjoy your day. Unfortunately, when I came here, things did not work that way. They are the engine behind what we have and what we see. And so thank you so much, team. I don't know whether they're all in the room. If you just stand. I was hesitant in telling my board to stand because I still want a few months in my contract. But my team can stand. Just stand so that these people see you. Only 2 are in the room. We have a team of around 11 people that we are working with. I appreciate you people. I want to appreciate one lady that I met not long ago, and I've never seen a character dedicated to seeing this continent prosper as she is. And she told me that we want to ensure everyone is in the conference this time. And I told her how. And she told me, don't worry, we will make it happen. And she has heavily invested in this. And I am forever indebted. And I told her that we don't want to have this conversation here and that most of these things are dropped. So our agenda is to see how this goes beyond the conference. Yahuba, thank you so much. And let's continue in the good work. All our sponsors of the conference, we appreciate you. Ford Foundation, your dedication and proof that you have shown in supporting our work by investing in us. Thank you so much to Bond Foundation, Conrad Hilton Foundation, the sponsors who made the conference possible. We appreciate you. So allow me to go to very specific takeaways from this conference. And I would want everyone to have a pen and a paper. Of course, the report of the conference will come, but before the report comes, I don't want you to miss very key activities that is going to follow after this conference. One of the things which came out is the need for us as a sector to focus on context-based solutions, to be an inclusive community involvement by understanding and addressing the needs of the communities that we serve. We can build sustainable and effective systems to support them. And on that specific note, and to that effect, I want to show the commitment of EAPN in continuing to do the necessary, important, strategic researches, a generation of learning, a generation of knowledge that will then enable us to understand our context, to appreciate our context, to drive the African narrative of philanthropy. And so, we have a lot of researches which have been done by the Secretariat, a lot of researches which have been done by many organizations in this room. We have consolidated that knowledge into many platforms. One was launched yesterday. We have others which are existing. And we want to challenge you to watch out for those, because one thing that I've seen in this space is the gap that is existing in knowledge so that we can make informed strategic decisions around the partnerships that we make and the decisions that we make
in filling those gaps. So let us make use of them. We have some platform that again I'll talk about shortly. But second thing that came out is for us to continue with the learnings and the connections which we have made here. I think we just don't want here to come here and do the many formal conversations that we are doing here as plenary, as breakout. They are important, they are critical. But the other aspect that we really hope the conference plays is the connection that should take place between you and amongst you as individuals and as organizations. And I want to mention at this moment, I'll not give you the dates so that we don't make your work so easy, but please, we are hosting the 4th Africa Philanthropy Conference, which will be in Senegal in the month of August. Please go online, check the dates, and join us in Senegal. For the first time in its history, the Worldwide Initiative of Grantmaker Support, WINGS, which is the global body that brings the philanthropy sector together, will be hosted in Africa, and Nairobi is hosting it. Please get the dates and join us in Nairobi for the WINGS Forum. We are appreciating the fact that we can only achieve the transformations that we are talking about around systems and that collaborative approach to work that we have been discussing over the last 3 days if we strengthen the infrastructure that is existing for philanthropy. And so I want to challenge us to join the networks and the infrastructure organizations which are existing at the national level. First of all, at the sectoral level, we have a lot of communities of practice around climate change, health, education, youth, all those things. Please join those communities of practice. Please, at the national levels where those communities of practice come together, join those national platforms which are existing. Please join the East Africa Philanthropy Network at the regional level if your work is in East Africa. If you are in South Africa, West Africa, join EPASA, join the West African entities, and let us champion this agenda together. At the continental level, I plead with you, we are as strong as we are in terms of the unities that we want to foster. So join the Africa Philanthropy Network because we want to see a continent that is vibrant in its approach to development, of course being selfish to philanthropy, and that is only possible if we come together. Time will cut me short. I really want to end by saying that the integration of technology to really enhance our storytelling, decision-making, personalized donor communications. We had a good conversation yesterday here around AI. We have an investment that we have made over the last many years in the East Africa Philanthropy Data Portal, a platform that enables you to do a lot to enhance the collaborations that we are pursuing, to understand who is doing what where. Please join that platform and let us move in a manner that strengthens the work that we are doing. I've started seeing faces changing. I wish I would talk and talk. I have to really stop there. There's a lot we have discussed over the last many days. We will capture them in the report of the conference. We want to stay connected beyond this conference. Please make use of the conference app that we made for this conference. Please be there. Resources will be shared there, of course, also in your emails. But be in that place. Let us connect there. Create communities of practice inside there, and let's stay connected. My board vice chair will give the vote of thanks. But we have a great friend that has joined us. Our guest from UNDP, the country rep, could not be in. She has coordinated and sent a friend that we have known for long, Daniel Baheta, of UNICEF. He has been extremely supportive, and he has been a great friend of EAPN for some time. And he has made a lot of things that we have seen in this country possible. Any one of you who had any issue around, most of that we were pushing to him and getting solutions like real time. I want to invite you to close us off, and then Anthony, you'll come and give the vote of thanks. Thank you so much. Travel back safe, and let's stay united.
Good afternoon. Oh, come on, you can do much better than that. You know, I'm a teacher, I need energy. Good afternoon. Thank you very, very much. You know, this is 8 years of this event that you are doing. And I remember the very first one, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it could be the first or the second one, was held in Nairobi. And unfortunately, my brother Arif is not here, but Arif and I worked behind the scene to host you in the UN compound, and with our resident coordinator at that time. So it gives me a great pleasure to come and to close this event today, even though I'm not representing the UN family as a whole, but as a friend, as a member, of course, and as a person who is from UNICEF. I want to really, really, first of all, sincerely appreciate and thank each and every one of you. And of course, I should have probably started by, this is my favorite thing in this country. I'm originally born in Ethiopia, raised and born in Ethiopia. My parents are from Eritrea, and I'm a Canadian. So I have a completely confused identity. But what I really love about this country is every person who comes to a stage starts their greeting by saying, I greet you in the name of the Republic of Tanzania. So, Salimu, Salimu, let's teach them, let them take some lesson with it. We greet you in the name of the Republic. So I, being a UNICEF person, I greet you in the name of all the children of Tanzania. So let me start with that. The second point I want to bring in is about systems. You are all here because you are part of one organ. We're all part of this. Whatever you do impacts what we do. What we do impacts you. It's easy to blame one another in this very great system. Oh, the UN does that, the philanthropy does that, the government does that, the community does it. But we are all connected through this one engine. We are all very, very interconnected. If we were going to make any dent in whatever work we do, we must work together. There is no option. We must work together. Now, the what is not an issue because we have more than enough onto what is that we're going to do. The critical challenge is the how. The how is what we have been trying to answer. And I can assure you, we in the UN family struggle every single day. Not just to work with governments, not to work with partners and donors, not to work with the community that we serve, even to work with one another, we must struggle. And this is inefficiency in so many ways. However, when we sit together like this, when we all look at each other's face and say, this is what I bring to the table, this is what you bring to the table, how best can we use our resources, our knowledge, our experiences, our identity, our culture, our values, then we add to each other's value. So if I add one value to you is, what is that, the added value that you brought in? What is the added value you are taking with you? That's the reflection you must do. The last point, and the most critical, is this one. To me, you as a philanthropy community, you as an NGO community, those who are in the public service, those who are in the government, those of us who are in the UN family, we must center around the beneficiaries. We need to engage them. We need to put our heads together, and instead of feeling this, I'm here, you're coming to get things from me, let's go down to where they are and say, how can we work together? They know what they need. I'll repeat this. Our communities know, and they have survived for the last 4,000 years. They know what they need. They know how they can get it done. They need support, but they don't need to be fathered or mothered. What they need is a real conversation. A partnership requires two people to sit across from each other and say, this is how we're going to work. So the communities needs to be respected. We need to engage with them in a conversation, and that is how we need to be with each other in conversation, so that is how we proceed. So I plead to you, let us continue this conversation. We're very happy to be here. We're hosting lunch this afternoon, and it's not only education, but we want to talk about the child, because that is our mandate. The protection of the child, the well-being of the child, the health of the child, of course the education of the child, the participation of the child. So we have come here to say, we're here to hear from you, to listen to you, to engage with you, also to share with you what we are doing. So please, if you have time, please come and join us. And of course, UNICEF is a great partner to most of you. If not to all of you, we have been here. We serve children, but on behalf of all the UN family, on behalf of myself and the organizers, I wish you all the best. Travel safe home. I hope you get a little bit of few hours to see Zanzibar. This is a beautiful country, a beautiful culture. So those of you who are staying a little bit behind, enjoy your stay. And I wish you a very, very, very wonderful weekend. And asanteni sana.
Thank you. There's a Kiswahili saying that says, you can never cross the ocean until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. I think that resonates very well with most of us. We had an opportunity of crossing into the ocean, and we had a very nice time in one of those ships. Some of us chose to use the bus. Most of us decided they are going to wet their feet, and we walked into the boats. Now this resonates very well with us as we celebrate our 20th year. I met this young girl when she was 10 years, and she was named the East African Grant Makers. East African Grant Makers. This girl has grown to a lady who is enticing everybody. On her 20th year, she is now called the East African Philanthropic Network. And this is a girl who is moving mountains across the world. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the board of East African Philanthropic Network, it is our immense pleasure and sense of fulfillment as we gather here today for the closing ceremony of the 8th East African Philanthropic Conference hosted by the EAPN under the theme of System Transformation, Catalyzing Collective Action to Engage, Enrich, and Empower. We have witnessed an extraordinary convergence of minds, ideas, partnerships, friendships over the past few days. Please join me and the board in extending our heartfelt gratitude to the EAPN Secretariat. This is coming from the board. We really appreciate the Secretariat and for the leadership of our CEO, Evans Oki, for his unwavering dedication, tireless efforts, and profound commitment to the EAPN's mission. His passion and the passion of the Secretariat to ensure that philanthropy is well versed and that the community and the African region is averse with this. This is truly commendable. Our deep appreciation goes to our esteemed partner, William and Flora Helwet Foundation, together with other partners, Charles Stewart Mott Foundation, the Ford Foundation, Conrad and Hamilton Foundation, the Legal Service Facility, LSF, who have hosted us, and I think we need to clap for them. Epic Africa, Africa Philanthropic Network, our brothers and sisters, Global Fund for Community Foundation, Delberg, Aga Khan Foundation, UNICEF, NMB Bank PLC Tanzania, and Vodacom Tanzania Foundation. Your unwavering support and collaboration have been instrumental in achieving our collective goals. Together, we exemplify the power of collaboration and the transformative potential of philanthropy in East Africa. This conference has served as an exceptional platform to showcase the strength and diversity of our region. I acknowledge all the 18 countries represented here today, for it is in our shared vision and unity that we find the true sense and the progress of Africa. Indeed, Africa is rising, and the collective wisdom and passion displayed throughout this conference has vividly showcased the potential of our continent. To all the participants, we extend our heartfelt gratitude for your active engagement, participation, and invaluable contribution. Your presence has fostered an environment of knowledge sharing, dialogue, and learning. I encourage each and every one of us to continue championing the cause of philanthropy, leveraging your networks and resources for the betterment of Africa. I take this opportunity to recognize our MC Mwehaki again. This is from the board. Thank you. We also are cognizant of our various service providers, the Madinat Hotel, the members of the Fourth Estate who've been present, and everybody who has participated. Lastly, I express our sincere gratitude to the EAPN board, because I'm part of the board, led by the exceptional Jackie, who started us off, and you all remember her clarion call. I think we can give her that. Hey, we need, we're happy. Okay, we will do that later. Okay. For the commitment to expand our network, and of course the dedication to support and position EAPN as a global case study for good governance and effective networking. So we are truly grateful to the vision and the leadership of the board that has paved way for this very successful day today. As we conclude this conference, let us remember the true impact of our work lies not only in the words spoken and ideas shared, but in the action that we take beyond these walls. Let us carry forward a renewed sense of purpose, armed with the knowledge and connections we have gained to continue our collective journey towards a more equitable and empowered East Africa. In the words of Brian Kagoro, stop sleepwalking. Remember, the forest has no doorway. Find new pathways to reimagine our destiny, liberate ourselves, decolonize, and disrupt the system. Thank you, and may we persistently engage, enrich, and empower for the greater good of our region and beyond. Asante sana.